Authors' names are provided in the description. Let's get into the video. My cheating ex called me 2.5 years later. My ex-girlfriend found me and wanted to hang out, but I just ignored her after she broke my heart. Backstory: in 2015, I met this woman at college. Let's call her Casey. We had so many things in common, and we instantly got close. She asked me out, and it was a wonderful relationship. We had dreams together, sent X-rated pictures once in a while, and we did a lot of stuff together. In 2019, at Christmas time, I was going to propose to her after I gave her parents and siblings gifts. I even gave her mom, who hates me, a gift. Casey works at the hospital, so she'll get out of work later, or so I thought. 5 p.m. she didn't come to her parents' place, but I came and decided to give everyone gifts. When I give her younger sister a laptop, she cries and hugs me because she always wanted one for school. Casey's father got a new BBQ grill. Moments later, Sherry told me I couldn't contain it anymore and cried harder. I asked, "What's the matter?" She immediately grabbed me in her room, and her father came along as well. Sherry kept saying I'm sorry so many times. I was confused about why. She then showed me a pregnancy test and told me that it belonged to Casey. I completely lost it and wanted to know why and how long the affair was. Sherry informed me that the affair happened at the beginning of 2019. While I was working a lot at my factory job, she went to see him. What makes matters worse is that Casey's mom was the one who showed the AP to Casey. Apparently, in the month of November, Casey found out she's pregnant, and she begged Sherry not to tell anyone after Sherry found the test. When she told me everything, my world came crashing down, and I decided to leave. But before I left, I thanked Sherry and her father. Max apologized and said that if I left, he would completely understand. We shook hands, and I said thank you. I just looked at Casey's mom, and I then left my ex's house, drove away, and didn't look back. Max and Sherry got furious with Casey's mom. Around 7 p.m. Christmas time, I informed my family of what happened, and they all comforted me. 11 p.m., my phone began blowing up with phone calls and text messages from my ex saying she could explain. I didn't answer back. I changed my number, deleted my social media, and changed my email. As much as I want closure, I don't want to see her face. Fast forward to mid-2020. One of my friends informed me that the AP who got Casey pregnant ran away after he found out he's the father, and they're looking for him. I simply said, who cares? Fast forward to last month, and I saw a number I had never seen before. I answered, and it was my ex. My ex begged me to talk to her and possibly give her a chance at my favorite restaurant. I responded, why should I after you did what you did? She rambled on, and I just ignored her because I didn't want to go through the same pain that she had put me through. Casey began gaslighting me and her friends, and her mom called me a coward for not seeing her again. I told Jane that you have the audacity to say that after what you've done. She rambled on. I just hung up and blocked Jane and my ex's numbers. I informed her friends what happened, and they left me alone. Update: my ex found me. She's a wreck. I got closure, but I feel it wasn't worth it. It's been nearly 3 months since I posted my story, and apparently she found me. Of all days, on Mother's Day, my mom wants to go to Red Lobster since she loves seafood. One of my sisters came along as well. Let's call her Raven. We were about to leave when, all of a sudden, I ran into my ex's sister Sherry and the Wicked Witch of the West, Jane, in Red Lobster. Sherry was in total shock at seeing me, and I was hoping Casey wasn't there with her, but thankfully she wasn't. Jane looked at me with disgust, and Raven looked at me in disbelief. Jane was in total shock at seeing Raven for some reason. She was not sure why. I was about to explode until the moment I looked at my mom and Raven because they both wanted to pound Jane into the ground for what she did to me. So I had to calm both of them down. Sherry then begged me to talk to her. After a heated argument involving my mom, Jane, and my sister, Raven then suggested that if I want to talk to Sherry, both of you talk alone. We won't be involved, not the snake bee. We talk for a bit, and she asks me how I have been and says how she misses me and wishes that I didn't leave. She told me that my ex was miserable when I left, and I responded that it was not my problem. I then asked, how was school treating you? Sherry cried and said that Casey broke the laptop I gave her for Christmas a week after I left and ghosted her. I asked before I went, why does your mom hate me? I'm curious. Sherry then said it because she saw me with another woman, and it was that same woman that they both saw just now. Little did Jane know it was my sister. I told Sherry that Casey's actions were wasted, but the warranty is still available until November 2022. Sherry literally danced for joy, and she said I'd immediately get the laptop after dinner. We said goodbye, hugged, and left. The next day I waited at BrandSmart. I saw Sherry, and to my surprise, Max came along. No lie, I had a smile on my face. We talked about how much Max loved the grill I gave him, and he still apologized, but I told him there's nothing you can do. After the laptop was resolved and we chatted for nearly an hour, They insisted on talking for a while. Not sure why. I told them it was good seeing them. But Max insisted on taking me to a restaurant I had never been to, and he paid for everything as a thank you for giving Sherry another laptop. Sherry responded, "I'm sorry about this. I hope you forgive me. Please don't be upset." Lo and behold, my ex came, and she looked in worse shape than I imagined. She looks worse than a surgery gone wrong. She tried to hug me, but I just stuck my hand out and asked, "What the hell do you want?" Casey apologized and begged me to take her back, saying it was a mistake. I responded that you cheated on me for nearly a year when I worked my arse off for us, and this is how you repay me. She realized that mistake and said that it was Jane's fault, and I said you went along with it. You could have said I'm not happy with you anymore, but you didn't. It's not my problem anymore. I moved on, and you did for nearly a year. And the fact that you gaslighted me and tried to put the baby on me when we never had sex, the hell. And now, the AP has left you, and he's on child support. Casey told me that her son is now 1 year old and needs a father. I told her good luck with that. She asks, why am I being so mean? I said you're the reason for this. I wanted kids, I nearly got a house for us and family stuff, and you threw all that away. Casey said that I threw it away because she told me. Jane saw me with another woman, and she described what she looked like. I laughed and called Sherry to let her know who she had seen. Sherry explained everything to my ex. Casey was crying really hard, and she realized all this time I was faithful, and she wished she never listened to Jane and said she hated her for this. Casey begged for another chance, saying we would fix everything and would do anything to take me back. I simply told Casey, Max, and Sherry to wish you all the best and walked out. I told my family why I was out a bit, and they were immediately proud of me for not taking her back. My dad laughed and said Jane wanted you gone, and he found a reason, a stupid one at that you'd do better with the next woman. So yeah, thank you guys for everything. I didn't think I would run into her again. Even though I got closure, it wasn't worth it to see the 2 women who broke me. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoy listening to these kinds of stories, we've got more in store for you. Simply subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends.